What's up, y'all? It's Takaya. Thanks for tuning into this video. I'm in my basement, so sorry if you can hear the I think that's the dryer. The dryer's going. It's kind of loud. Hopefully you can't hear it. Hopefully my mic picks this up pretty well. But I'm in the basement. It's a little chilly. Nose a little red. I wanted to make this video real quick to share an experience that I had this past weekend. I was very convinced that me and my friend Jordan were going to get kidnapped. Like, we both were sure. And I'm going to share what happened and what transpired after. But yesterday, on October 27th, I came across this post right here. It says, "No matter how good or bad a situation may seem at first, try not to judge it in the moment that it happens. Acknowledge it for what it is and later reflect. Sometimes we over-exaggerate a situation based off impulse and emotion. Emotional intelligence is a vital asset in taking on this world. Be great today." Now, I thought that was really crazy to come across yesterday as I got more clarity on that specific situation of our potential kidnapping. And I end up seeing that post right after I getting clarity on like what actually happened, and I'm like, I gotta share this because I was going to make a story time regardless on what happened, because either way, just like it says, you should take the situation for what it is. The situation at hand it's still very necessary for me to share the story, because I still feel like it's a good message to let people know, and young girls to know to be careful. So I'm gonna get started on the story. So if y'all don't know, I live in Flint, Michigan. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I've been here all my life. Yeah, so there's that. It is pretty dangerous here. Like, it's not the safest city. We're repeatedly for years and years now have been known for one of the most dangerous cities in America. So yeah, with knowing that, my parents have always told me to be careful, always were iffy of me going in certain areas of Flint, especially late at night to party, to do whatever. And I knew that. I always had that in the back of my mind, and I'm always alert. But for some reason this night, so it was this past Friday, the 26th, my friend Jordan and I decided to go to it was just an organized function, like a kickback / smoke sesh. It was just basically like an event for, like, there were growers there, like local growers, and you could just go and smoke if you're over 18 with the medical card, or if you're over 21, it's legal here. Yeah, it's legal if you're over 21 to smoke marijuana in Flint. So it was just like a cannabis event sort of thing. They had local artists performing there, and like I said, growers there selling weed and other like edibles and drinks and just products, So it was on fast forward, we get to the function and we like, oh, it's in the hood. Like, this ain't where we usually hang out at. Like, but basically when we pulled up, we realized, okay, it's in a pretty sketchy area. We got to be careful. So we pull up. We even had good intentions and just was aware the whole time. We had that internal like feeling that something could have went wrong. So maybe that's why we were just so on 10 when we left. But regardless, when y'all hear the story, I'm gonna make it through. I swear, I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. Y'all gonna understand why we was on 10, because there was just still out of whack. Anyway, this Jordan texts me right now. What the? That's a big spider just ran across my floor too. Bro, there's too much going on. I'm not about to play. We got there around 9:20 p.m. and we noticed that the parking lot to get into the building was already full. It was a really small building, like a thin building in a really small parking lot. So we decided to park across the street from the parking lot under this building that had a light against the wall, and there was no cars in that parking lot. So we were like, well, there's like one or two like far down, but they weren't under the light. So we parked right underneath the light so that when we leave, we could see our car, somebody could see us in case anything go down when we leave in this place, okay? So fast forward, we only were there for an hour. We got there, we did our thing, and we were like, okay, it's time to go. So we start walking out at like 10:22. Okay, our goal was to leave by 10:30, which we end up leaving at 10:30 on the dot. But as we were walking out the door, it was 10:22, and like I said, there was a small parking lot to get to. There's a small parking lot in front of like the exit, and we had to go through the parking lot, cross the street, and get to the car. Now this street wasn't like a big busy street. It was just a side street that actually goes into a neighborhood, so not much of a walk. We could see our car right there. By the time we make it out of the parking lot, so we're walking through the parking lot, and we see we're being very aware. We're even speaking on it like, okay, you know, even though it's in a bad area, the event itself was really clean, organized, you know, good vibes, chill, because, you know, all stoners just are cool. We all get along, right? Like, it's just always a good vibe. So, you know, that threw us off. But as we walking out, we were even acknowledging out loud, like, okay, that was cool and all, but we still gotta be on our P's and Q's. So we're walking out, we're looking both ways before approaching the street, and we noticed to our right, across the street, was a truck. Now, they were parked. They were parked on the street, parallel parked across on the side street. As we were like approaching the street, we noticed, boom, their lights kick on and they're starting to ride, right? They're starting to drive, and we're like slowly walking out the parking lot, approaching the street. So now at this point, we're stopping and looking at this truck, and we're like, okay, are they going to pass us, or are they going to let us walk across the street? So they're coming, and we're like we're having a standoff here, like, you gonna let us go, da da da. And they end up stopping for a second, and then they end up driving by. As they're driving by, a man peeps down his window in the passenger side, and we hear, "Hey, little mama." We like, what? We trying to brush it off as if because if guys or older guys or anybody is really trying to talk to us, we're both taken anyway. So we try to just, you know, we don't hear it. So, but we're like mumbling to each other, like, you know who that is? I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. So we're still walking. We're at this point, we're like in the middle of the street, crossing the street. And this car slows down. They're not making their way down to the end of the street to keep going. They stop. And we're like, okay. They do a little diagonal pull-up behind our car that's parked. So we're like, okay. We're starting to slow down. Jordan's a little bit more behind me because she's like, no. And me, I'm still trying to do the play it off like they're not phasing me. We're getting to this car type of deal. So I'm walking. We're both walking, but just very slow, trying to figure out who this is, because now they're rolling their window down, and they're like, don't act like you don't know. And I'm like, I don't. And I'm really trying to look but not look and be like, I don't know who that is, Jordan. I don't know who that is. And then they pull up and get on their phone. They pull their phone out and get on their phone. So we like, who they calling? And as they're doing that, they seem to like, they did another little pull up. So now it's even weird at a halt. Like, we just stopped walking because we're like, are you trying to block us from getting to our car, sir? And so I stopped, and Jordan's like, get back. And as she was telling me that, this guy opens up the car door. He opened up his car door and was like getting out. So me and her first thought was to run. We ran right back to the exit, like back to the building, which it was a ton of security standing there too. Before we left, they told us bye, be safe and whatnot. So we were like, yeah, we going back to them. So we started running instantly because first of all, it's dark. We're stoned. And I'm not about to sit here and try to figure out who you are. I don't know who you think I am. I'm not Lil Mama. And you know what I'm saying? You pulling up on us, creeping and stopping us from getting to our car. Why would we try to walk to our car? And this man whoever this person was, could have easily, grabbed us and threw us in the truck. They was in a suspicious truck. They're in this black pickup truck. So we're like, oh no, we don't have time for that. So we ran back. And the scariest thing, even then, as we're running back to the building, there's another guy rushing out of the party. Retro, move. As we're running back to the building, so we're going back through the parking lot, there's a guy speed walking, like charging towards me and Jordan. We're running next to each other. This guy charges right in between us. So as he's running up through us, we like, hold on, back up, what you trying to do? Like, we was ready to run up. Like, I'm telling you, that was literally my reaction. I was like, hold up. Who are you running up on, sir? Y'all got me messed up out here. Like, old dude over here trying to kidnap us. Now you running up, and then instantly our brains were like, was you him? I can't even talk. instantly our brains was like, so is you the one that he was calling? Like, we thinking he about to clothes hang us and drag us back to the truck. So we were just on edge, on 10, but the guy ended up just steady speed walking. We probably scared him because we were running, and we like, oh, just on 10, just ready to fight, just ready to knock somebody out because we were scared. So we end up making it back to the building and explaining without trying to freak everybody out. Explain to them what we just witnessed, what just happened, and we asked them if they could go search and make sure like there were no creeps out there, see if they parked or they were, just go see who these people is because we don't know. But they said they didn't see the truck, they didn't see no sign of them anywhere, and they ended up just walking us to our car and we left. But we were so shooken up after that. Like, my adrenaline was so insane to the roof. I had the shakes. Like, I thought I was about to fight somebody. Like, I was really prepared to fight for my life. And it was just the most insane thing. I was so shooken up. And we were both there like, wow, that could have went in so many ways. And then it really tripped me out because I started to think, like, do I know this person? Like, I was trying to remember their face. Like, I don't think I know. And then it started making me feel like they said my name. I'm like, did you hear them say my name? Did they say my name? Is somebody who's looking for me? And I got really paranoid because I shared the post of this event on my story on Instagram. So I'm like, man, somebody seen it and they trying to grab us up. Like, I can't be doing that. And it just made me feel so uncomfortable. So that was that. And I don't know, y'all let me know if that happened to you. Would you have what would you call that? Would you call that almost being kidnapped? Would you call that almost, like, did that give you kidnapping vibes? I don't know. Me and Jordan, like, were we dragging it? Like, was that over dramatic? But no, I feel like that was a realistic scenario of how people get snatched up. Like, why did he hop out his car? Why did he have to open his car door type thing? We just instantly ran. So that's what happened. The next day, I got on my story and I'm like, y'all, and I have to get ready for another Halloween party Saturday night, which I went to. But I was just like, wow, y'all, we got to be careful out here. Everyone going to Halloween parties and stuff. Please be safe out here because I almost got kidnapped last night. Like, I was pretty sure of it. But man, the way things be lining up for me, like, I always have so many just synchronicities and just, it's crazy. So tell me why yesterday, the 27th, yes, yesterday on Sunday, I'm chilling at home and I'm scrolling on Instagram and I get a follow from this account that makes Flint t-shirts. Like, they make 810 shirts and stuff like that, and they end up following me. And I was like, oh, okay, click on their page. Boom, I see the guy right on the home page that they shared his picture of him wearing the shirt, and I instantly saw him. I'm like, that's who was in the truck. I'm like, I know this is him. So I send the picture to Jordan. I'm like, this is the guy that was in that truck, right? And as I'm staring at the picture, he's starting to become a little more familiar to me, but not really. Like, I really did not know. And even that night, like, it was dark. I was gone. I was turned. I was lit. And yeah, no one has time to be sitting there trying to figure out who is who, and you doing such drastic moves like that on two young girls late at night on the north side of Flint. Like, no. So anyways, I sent it to Jordan. She confirmed, like, yeah, that looks like the man that was in the truck. So then I'm like, okay, let me send it to my mom. I sent the picture to my mom. I'm like, do you know who this person is? Because I'm pretty sure this is who I was telling you that I feel like was trying to kidnap us. I was like, because I gave her the description of the guy. All I seen was just what he looked like vaguely, but not in detail. Like, I didn't know who this person was. But I sent it to her and she was like, yeah, I know him. He's da-da-da-da-da. Turns out this person is literally mutual family. Like, we share family. We're not related, and I'm not super close to him. I don't know him like that. Like, I didn't even know his name. No offense. He's not gonna see this video, but no offense. But I definitely thought you were trying to kidnap me. And that was I definitely thought he was trying to kidnap me and my friend. Like, but yeah, it turns out he was just he recognized me. He was trying to get my attention, and I'm like, okay. So ask him what was his reaction to us, getting freaked out and running away. He said he don't know what happened to us. We just disappeared. Like, next thing I knew, they just disappeared. I'm like, okay, well, why did he pull up, blocking our car, and open the door to get out? And he's like, my mom says, he's like, there was a bottle in the street and he was trying to get it out the street before they parked right there. I'm like, wow, okay. I couldn't have been that lit to where I didn't peep that was going on. It just showed me perspective, like a mug. And then I seen this post that said, you know, emotional intelligence is very important. And it just made me feel like maybe I did kind of go off the wall and be like, oh, almost got kidnapped. But y'all let me know, were his actions pretty drastic? Like, if you recognize somebody, it's late at night. I mean, he didn't even say my name. Maybe he doesn't remember like I said, we're not close family. We're just mutual family. So maybe I don't know. I just felt like those moves were very drastic. They startled me and my friend. My friend was pretty scared. Me and her. We was just like, we don't got time. We don't play them games. Jordan don't play them games for real. So I felt like I truly thought that was the potential of that situation. Something serious was about to go down. But it turns out that the person knew me. I kind of know them. Not even really. I still don't really remember. I'm bad with faces sometimes. And you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know. I just feel like that was a really valuable lesson that I learned there. And I just felt that synchronicity very applicable. I just want to say I'm sorry for whoever I scared, because I put it on my story like I almost got kidnapped, and everybody was like, girl, I'm so glad you saved. You need to get a gun, you need to get this, I'm like, yeah, I do, but I just learned yesterday that I guess I wasn't gonna get kidnapped. It was just someone trying to say hi and that they knew me, because they're like, don't act like you don't know. I didn't know. I really didn't. So yeah, but regardless, say I didn't know this person, I feel like, and the security told me and Jordan this as well, that we made the smart decision to run back and tell them, besides just brushing it off and trying to go to our car, because you never know. Like that, I feel like that's a similar setup of how someone could get snatched up. You know what I mean? Like, if say he was a potential kidnapper, oh my gosh, really? Like, you know what I mean? Say he could have hopped out, ran, and grabbed us and threw us in the trunk. Like, you just never know. You never know. And that's why I always stay strapped. I didn't have my mace on me. I had nothing to protect myself. Jordan had her keys, like, in between her fingers, like, in her knuckles. So that's smart, ladies. If you walk into your car, make sure you keep your keys in between your knuckles, just in case somebody run up. But yeah, I just wanted to share that quick story. Everybody stay safe out here. And for guys, men out there, or just anybody, don't be pulling up on nobody late at night talking about some, hey little mama, hey. You don't pull up on nobody so abruptly like that. Especially not knowing like me. Like, I have really high anxiety. I'm small, so I'm already just on tip. Like, don't try. See how much I'm home. You know what I'm saying? Just be a little more thoughtful before you do things like that. You can really scare someone, okay? I know it's spooky season, but I'm not trying to be spooked like that, okay? So, yeah. That's all I want to share for real. But yeah, like I said, I want to start doing more videos like this where I take like a meme or a post, because there's a lot of reposts. Like, I feel like that's just the thing, you know. A lot of people share lots of memes and things on their stories because we resonate with it in a way, or you know, it's just good. You agree with it. It's positivity, good conversation starter. So I'm thinking I want to start sharing my input or elaborate on some of those, but just in a video form. So I hope y'all like this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this story. Let me know if I'm over dramatic and just highly anxious, but I don't know. I still don't regret how I handled the situation. I was thinking too, like, if this person did really know me, they probably think I am insane and just crazy, but I don't care. I will do all measures to protect myself, and you know, you just never know out here. I'll never be going to that place again, though, probably, because I had no business being over there. So, and yeah, y'all, let me know if you want to see more videos like this. And thank you for watching this one. All right. So yeah, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. So I've never really retro. We make sure. Raj, retro, sit down. Kill that spider. Get the spider. Get it. It's right there. Since you want to run around.